From the station that's always local, always now. This is Fox 19 Now.
Good. All right, here's something we don't think much about. The difference between poor eyesight and low vision. Yes, there's a difference. Experts predict that 1 in 28 people will feel the effects of low vision. Rebecca Smith talked to an expert about this. Go ahead and take a look.
I've got Richard Tapping here with me today. He's the vice president of Vispero, and he's brought some products that I understand help with eyesight in particular.
Yes, exactly. So there's a term out there called low vision, and not many people would be familiar with the term low vision, but it's actually a group of eye diseases. And the definition of low vision is any condition that can't be corrected with eyeglasses or surgery, vitamins, things like that. So some familiar terms of eye disease would be cataracts, glaucoma, diabetic retinopathy is a big one, and the really large one is age-related macular degeneration.
Richard, tell me how these conditions can interfere with quality of life.
Everything you do, from trying to find, instructions on, we've all seen these tiny instructions on food boxes and packaging, things like medication. Very important to take the right medication in the right way. So this is hugely impactful for daily living activities, everything from reading your own mail to doing your own banking, basically remaining independent in your house.
So what are the, in particular, devices you have? It looks like there are things that make the screen and the font larger.
Exactly right. So everyone's familiar with traditional magnifying glasses, Inspector Gadget type of thing. Well, they're very good, they're very effective, but they come in one strength. Typically, they're a 3X, a 4X, a 5X. And any person could be looking or trying to read different size text throughout the day. So what a device like this does, which is a little handheld device, so it has a 5-inch screen here, very intuitive controls around the screen, and it digitizes the image. So there's a camera here, it takes the printed material, and it will place it on the screen here, nice and big, and then gives you full control over how to interact with that text. And I'll try and bring it up here so you can get an impression of what this does. So you can see here, I'm just magnifying it. And then another important feature is contrast. So you see that change there. So particularly with some conditions, contrast sensitivity can be a real issue. And so being able to pop these colors like this and magnify the text mean that any printed material around the house is now accessible to people with eye disease. So this is a type of device that you would carry everywhere. Restaurant, supermarket, get pricing, things like that.
Oh, that's great. And it looks like you've got something that looks like a computer monitor behind you, a couple of those.
I do, yeah. So we have a couple of different variants. Now, there are several tools, but what I like about the technology these days is, in addition to magnification, and I'll try and demonstrate this here, there's also now scan and read. So if you're trying to read, for example, a menu, and I've got a recipe here that someone might be trying to follow in the house, I can simply have this machine.
Crust. Follow the techniques below to prepare professional-looking pie crust. Use cold ingredients. Keep pie crust cold so the butter inside doesn't melt. This will help.
So now you don't even need to read the material. You can just set your reading material underneath this device, press the scan button, and it will read the recipe to you, which you can follow on. So it makes it a lot easier for you to operate your household, even if you have an eye condition. And then we step up to something like this, which is a much larger, it does look like a computer screen. They actually come slightly bigger than this. The typical rule of thumb with these types of aids is the more you're going to read, the larger the screen you're going to want, because it can be very fatiguing if you're going to read for prolonged periods of time. For example, you wouldn't read a book or a newspaper with a handheld magnifier like this. You'd probably go to a machine like this, and you have this whole working area now under here. So I've got a recipe book under here now that I could follow. And this little machine actually all folds down that flat, and I can move it to anywhere in my house that I might need the magnifier. So a really nice tool.
Wow, it seems like you're really improving people's lives. I mean, a lot of times when people think about losing their eyesight, they think that glasses are this magic silver bullet for everyone.
And it's hugely disappointing when you'll find a patient go to an OD and the OD diagnoses them with an eye disease, informs them that nothing can be improved around that, but they typically are not educated about what types of tools are available like this, where they can still maintain a very good level of independence in their home.
Well, thank you so much, Richard. We really appreciate your time today.
My pleasure. Thank you, Pam.